Before I start this video, I just want to put disclaimer out there that many different people will have many different workflows. I am just showing my version of the workflow, and even that I'm compressing it in a way just so that you can sort of understand what I'm doing. But there is still so much more to all of this than I'm gonna show in this video. In this demo, I am just doing a really quick one. This isn't the proper way to do it, but the thing is, for now, we're still in the alpha stage, and I don't really want to put too much effort into the art stuff yet. Not until I get levels confirmed, levels down, and all that. But yeah. So the first step that I do is to get inspiration. I'll look at many different websites online, maybe ArtStation or DeviantArt, or sometimes just Google, and I just look for things to get me into the mood of modeling what I want. So for example, in this case, we are modeling a shelf, and the theme may be sci-fi. So what I'm looking at are sci-fi environments, sci-fi warehouse, things that might have shelves in them, just to get an idea of how the style should be like and how they will function and so on. Now the second step is reference. In my school, we have this thing where we say reference is king. It's sort of become a motto in my class now, but it is very, very important because sometimes you may have an idea of how things work, but the reality is that it's very, very different, and I find that this is true for pretty much everything. And things, we are not perfect, and we tend to misremember some things, and that's why reference is very important, so we know how things work. So now into the modeling stuff. We First thing that we need to check is the scaling, making sure that everything scales properly and the proportions are right. And I also have this system that I do where I try to make everything as modular as possible, so that later on in the game engine, if let's say I need to make some minor changes, I'll be able to do so. It gives a lot of flexibility in terms of level design that way, because you never know, you might need to change some stuff here and there, and rather than having to go back to the art, going back to Maya and changing stuff here and there, it's way easier if you can just do it right in the engine itself. So as you can see here, I'm modeling into many different parts. Yeah, that's what I meant by modeling for modular purposes. And then into texturing, this is when I UV unwrap and apply materials to the model. And texturing is the process where you basically apply textures onto the model. I tend to use Substance Painter for this case, for this purpose, because I find Substance Painter to be a very powerful texturing tool, and it really helps. Not to mention, it also exports all the necessary maps, and it's very easy to use too. It's user friendly and all that. And lastly is when I put it into the engine, and this is when you just make sure that it works with the scaling, it works with the game and stuff. Sometimes assembly is happens before modeling or after modeling, before texturing, but in this case, for this purpose, I know that I definitely need shelves, and I know the scaling and stuff. That's why I went ahead with modeling first, rather than testing it out in the engine. So I hope that gives you a bit of a quick rundown on what happens when I make an art asset. And do remember to join us on our Discord. Thanks for watching.